7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's now time for the Pony Cake Sports Podcast with your hosts, Josh Stevens, Tim Thompson, and Tom Schultz. Woo!
What?
So we are what?
No, it's fine. We'll just talk
We are going to break down. Oh my God, I'm gonna just bitch slap you so hard. We're gonna break down the league real quick. We have two new owners.
What a crazy week.
We got Tommy. We got Luke. We got people threatening to quit stuff.
It's true.
Team names changed. A lot of stuff's going on. Let's first start off with Alex ends up messaging the league, says that he wants to quit. And, it is what it is. I talked to Danny about it. Danny ended up quitting right after. And I understand both players' points of view. And Alex wasn't having fun with it. And, he kind of... he said he hasn't had fun the last couple of years. I don't want somebody that's in the league just to feel like they have to be a part of the league. And rightfully so on his part. If he said, I'd rather have somebody else enjoy, he did offer the possibility saying that he will stay if we could not find a suitable owner, would stay for the whole year to ride his team out. And I appreciate
like a pretty homosexual thing to say.
Well, I appreciate Alex for even offering that up in the first place.
So I will say I agree. I feel like last year's Christmas party was kind of Alex's last straw. It kind of got too political at times, and it is what I respect Alex's decision. Danny, on the other hand, is a bitch. Danny is now a follower. He's not a leader. Alex made the decision. He was a leader. Danny could have stepped up. I told Danny today, he's right upstairs. When I saw his beautiful face, I said, once the season starts, sir, you are going to regret this decision. He said maybe he will, but it's done and over with now. Probably shouldn't have called him a bitch. Sorry, Danimal. But
I did talk to Danny about it right after, and he did have some very good points. He said that when he does watch football, he doesn't enjoy football as much because he's sitting there rooting for one guy, even though it's on another team. And I brought up the fact that, I watch NFL Red Zone on the NFL Network, and I actually don't like the Red Zone. I enjoy that I get to see like all the big plays, but I can't sit there and watch a full game and enjoy exactly what's happening in the game. I think we can all agree. Going to a football game is awesome. Atmosphere is cool. You get to watch the whole game, which is probably the best part about it. And Red Zone, for me, is just whatever now.
Well, why Red Zone is awesome is because guess what? If you want to sit down and watch a full game, Josh, how many minutes pass before you check your phone?
Yeah, no, and I
agree.
So
even if you do try to watch a full game, even if you're at the game, this is to Alex's point, every single person listening to this, every single one of you in this league have ruined my life. I fucking hate every single one of you. You've taken away fatherly time from my children, sexy time with my wife. I hate you all.
I just want to say that I understand both. I understand both sides of the fence. I get Alex's point. I get Danny's point, but I get our point for wanting to still continue in the league and still want to be in the league because for me, it's probably one of the most fun leagues I've ever been a part, regardless of all the changes that we've had and all the other different agreements and disagreements that we've had. So that's just where I'm at.
I love this league. I hate everyone in it. My goal here tonight is to talk shit to every single team in the league and make everyone hate me even more than they already do.
Tom, thoughts?
I'm happy with the two changes that have been made. Didn't really seem like either of them have been into it, and we got two guys who will be into it, who I think will be more active, and who enjoy fantasy football and football in general more than the other two. I'm happy with the moves.
I must say I'm happy with them. I'm also happy. I am Pony Keg Sports.
I would have.
And you got your way, sir. I'm happy Tommy is in the league. I know Tommy's going to compete. Plus, he has that WWE background, so I know that he will. I'm not sure how his shit talking is. Maybe you can help people.
It's not very good.
He's not very good at it?
No.
So
he'll get better.
When I told him last night that the three-time champion of this league, and I quote, rails his sister on the regular, is he going to have any type of response to that?
What he's probably going to do is, when you're not paying attention, rub poo on his hand and he's gonna rub it on your beer and you have no idea. He's got a very sick sense of humor. So like, don't put your stuff down like your chew. He might spit in it or throw a little dingleberry in there.
So
he's gonna fuck with you like that way. He's kind of similar to Justin in that sense.
So he can
Just watch out. I'm just saying. He hates you already.
Yeah, and,
Tommy hates you.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean,
He prays you die.
yeah,
soon.
most people. I mean, listen, we already have a lot. There's the Spencers of the league, the Josh Schultzes of the league. There's many people who do that, and that's fine. But if he does any of those things, will that change the fact that, as Spencer put it, you and Amanda have anal sex? Will that change any of that you have anal sex with his sister?
No comment.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's go to the two teams that were drafted. And yes, there was a draft, and Tim still does not agree with it.
Yeah, Tim, how do you feel about this draft? Like, I really want to know how you feel.
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand. And if I'm Jerry, I know Jerry works nights or whatever. I'm pissed as well. The whole let's give him the benefit of the doubt and make him a competitive spot. Jerry came into the league. He knew he was going to do it. As Tom put it, and Tommy, listen, just so you know, Tom was really selling you here that it is your dream to be in this league, that you dream about this. They don't need anything else. This is a very fun league. Not many leagues can say that they've been around for 7 years. Not many leagues can say that they have the upkeep, as annoying that it can be to some, but the upkeep that this league has and what a lot of us, I would say close to 80% of this league puts into this league. It's a fun league. There's a lot of shit talking. It is absolutely fantastic. I do not understand why there had to be a draft. They want to be a part of it? Fine, be a part of it. Here is your team. Make the team the very best that you possibly can. And I already know what Josh is going to say next. He's going to say, well, yeah, that's great, but they had a draft anyways, and let's talk about that. So fuck you, Josh. I already know you're going there. I think the fact that there was a draft is dumb. I think the fact that it wasn't a snake is dumb. It doesn't matter what I think. As all of you know, I'm Terry. Durr!
Brings me to my next point. I Play MMA is the new team name of Tommy Rafferty. And
I love it.
A very fitting name. I like it. Let's talk about his team. He ended up getting Drew Brees, Mark Ingram, Todd Gurley, Emmanuel Sanders, Jordy Nelson, Willie Snead, Hunter Henry, and then his bench, Jarek, who do we have? Jarek McKinnon, Alan Hearns, J.J. Nelson, Tim Hightower, Cam Meredith, and Kevin White. Who do we think that Tommy's going to keep out of the 5?
First of all, Tommy, I think he did pretty good in this draft.
He's great.
I think he's got to keep Gurley, his number 1 pick. He'll probably be keeping Jordy as well. I know a couple people have been trying to get Jordy from him already, so hell, we might see a fucking trade. I think he's going to keep Breeze as well. Probably Sanders and Snead. That's what I'd have to say.
I love how Tommy drafted. He had the benefit of being first, and since it's not a snake, Luke just kind of had to respond to how Tommy was playing it. I like how Tommy drafted the team. He drafted it so he's going to be immediately competitive in this league, especially if he makes the right trades. My only concern is, outside of Todd Gurley, his team is old.
Yep.
His team is aging very, very quickly. He's going to have to find a way to flip some of these big-time names, and that's my favorite part that we did the draft is now he is competitive, but does he feel like this team and whoever he's able to draft is going to put him immediately into the starfish? I don't necessarily think so. How does he react and get younger quick?
Let's talk about Luke's team. He's still got the team name of Alex's. Has not changed it yet.
Not a good sign, Luke.
Dak Prescott, LaShawn McCoy, Doug Baldwin, Layabouts Murray, Adrian Peterson, Larry Fitzgerald, Brandon Marshall, Sammy Watkins, Randall Cobb, Eric Ebron, Tyler Eifert, Spencer Ware, Kendall Wright.
Perhaps he's not in fantasy mode yet. I don't know how they do it over across the pond. I'm not exactly sure. I know Josh told me today when I got here that Luke is currently out fucking whales. So we will.
He's having relations with whales.
Having relations with whales. I just immediately assumed that was sex. I'm not a big fan of Luke's team.
Well, right now you look at it, he's got 3 guys penciled in as his 5 keepers: Dak Prescott, LaShawn McCoy, Doug Baldwin.
I think it is a fuck. Sorry, Tom. I just want to say this. I think it's fucking laughable that he's keeping Dak Prescott. Please keep Dak Prescott, Luke. Please.
He has to be leaning towards keeping the first 5 guys he picked, right?
You would think
I
so.
would hope so.
So I really don't think he's keeping Dak. I think the only reason Dak's in his starting in the starting lineup right now is because Alex had him there originally, and Luke ended up drafting him, so he didn't have to get traded. But I think he's going to be keeping LaShawn McCoy, Doug Baldwin. Those are his first 2 picks. Probably Mr. Sammy Watkins. As much as we don't like him, we're not big fans of him. He does have upside. He is young. I think he's only 24, 25, so he's heading into the prime of his career. And he'll also probably be keeping Spencer Ware and Fitz. That's my guess.
If I am Luke, and I know that Luke only listens to this show specifically to listen to me, and I know that's not the case. He ignores everything I say. But if I am Luke, listen, he has the same problem where he has an aging team as well. The only issue is he doesn't have guys to win right now. So if I'm Luke, I'm trying to trade the Shady McCoys. I'm trying to trade the Sammy Watkins, the Spencer Wares of the world to teams 4 more picks to move up in the draft, to try to get younger, get the opportunity to hit on some young talent, and build for the future. Because right now, this team is just a fucking abortion.
Yeah, I'd be pretty upset right now if I was Luke. You had the team that you had, and now we did the draft, and now you're kind of where you are. I don't know. If I was him, I'd try to trade LaShawn McCoy, maybe get a little bit of something.
I do want to add, if I was him, the other thing I would do is lose the fucking accent, because that is not going to fly in this league.
Lose the accent. Come on, man.
It might be fake. It might be fake. Has anyone done any research on Luke? Do we know, like, is he actually from England or Wales, or where is he from?
Relations
or
with
did
Wales.
he just actually just kill someone, take his identity, and now he uses the accent to get girls?
So the last episode we did talk about the keeper scenario on who we all think that each team's keeping. We kind of started doing a semi mock draft, but we stopped. I think after Danny's pick, because we just stopped there. But I think it's safe to say the first 4 rookie running backs are going to go off the board.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. Is it, Josh? Is it safe to say it?
Pretty sure it's safe to say. So we're going to see Fournette, McCaffrey, Mixon, Cook. They're all going to be gone. And then we did have Joey and Kevin switch. And Joey, I think, is going to go with Lynch there if we do not see a trade with Josh Schultz, correct?
Yep. So I wanna talk about 2 things. First and foremost, I want to credit you, Joshua. And as much as I hate saying that, you're a division rival, and the person I'm about to talk about is a division rival in a second. But you have done a fantastic job of fucking with Mike's head. You have fucked with Mike's head so terribly. And you know what? I'm going to give myself a little bit of credit, because he's so scared now about his running backs. He is so fucking scared.
As he should be.
Right.
Ty Montgomery right
because
now
they're terrible.
is splitting time, and so is who's his other
Eddie Lacy.
Eddie Lacy splitting time with Thomas Rawls.
Ty Montgomery is closer to getting food stamps than being a starting running back in the NFL. And Eddie Lacy has a better chance of being seen at a Golden Corral all-you-can-eat buffet than being a starting running back for the Seattle Seahawks. Neither of those guys will be starters by week 6 in the NFL, and he doesn't have anything for the future. Plus, now, he's got to deal with another fucking Packers fan trying to steal all his guys. His life is in shambles. He doesn't know what he's going to do. He's willing to trade you the name of his third-born child for the first overall pick just so he can get a woman-punching third man on the depth chart in Joe Mixon.
You know what's funny is I would do that trade if I was able to have naming rights.
Break it down to everyone. A lot of people don't know.
Mike was talking about possibly moving up to 6'1", rightfully so, and I understand. I get it. He wants the guy that he wants. But in order to do that, I want naming rights to your third child that is coming up, and it is a boy, so I would get to name him. You can get 6'2", not 6'1". I will not give you 6'1". And I want something else after that.
I want you to do this. If you do somehow get it and you do somehow get the naming rights, I want you to name the child. Number 1, it'll be a boy. So name it a girl's name and make that girl's name the last girl that Mike dated before Gabby.
Who's that, Melissa?
Probably.
And make the middle name the girl before that.
Now that would be very funny.
There's no way that would be allowed.
I don't know.
Gabby would not name.
You know, he doesn't even have to
It'd be allowed on our side.
He doesn't have to legally do it, but he can only reference the third child in that manner.
Like Chalupa Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be very interesting. All right, so regardless, so the 4 rookies are off the board. Joey, I think, goes with Lynch unless if him and Josh Schultz pull a trade off. I don't think that's going to happen. Josh
Probably not
Schultz,
gonna
he
happen.
just needs to keep on Lamar Miller and just hope for the fucking best. That's what he's got to do. Next up, we have Kevin at that spot. And I feel like Kevin was feeling Corey Davis. And now all these reports about Corey Davis pulling a hammy and this and that. What are your guys' thoughts on what he's going to do at that spot?
I think it's going to be Corey Davis.
Regardless?
Kevin wants to go young. I think Davis will be back by the start of the season. He might miss the first preseason game this weekend. I know last I heard he was out. It was day-to-day. It was considered. Normally it takes like a week or so to come back from a day-to-day injury. But I think Corey Davis will be the pick at 1-6.
Now, he did make a trade for one Paul Perkins. That is the reason why they flip-flopped that pick. So now you got to think he's going to keep Paul Perkins, right?
Yes.
So he's got Paul Perkins. He's got Carlos Hyde. He's got Cam Newton. Then what does he do? Does he go ahead and keep Jeremy Maclin and Stephon Diggs? I don't know.
It has to be. There's really no other options on his team.
I don't know exactly what he's going to do either. I will say I think Kevin is the wild card draft setter of the draft now, because he's going to have the opportunity there. There's no obvious pick for him with how much his team needs. Who says that, now that one Cooper Kupp has been announced a starter for the Rams, say he blows up here in the preseason. You don't know what Kevin's going to do. Rookie wide receivers are a wild card to begin with. I can tell you, being in similar position as Kevin mid-draft, going for rookie wide receivers is always a terrible, terrible idea. I am very interested to see what Kevin does.
Next up is Tommy, of all people, slides back to 6'7". And first off, how upset do you think he is that Danny traded that pick away 6'4", right before this draft is taking place?
Yeah, he's not too thrilled. He's calling collusion since Danny lives here, and he said he's going to fight this. He might take it to the Supreme Court, so we might not be able to draft because he wants that pick back. But it is what it is. I still think Tommy most likely will only be keeping one running back, so I think he's going to be going running back, and there's still a couple good ones available right now at 6'7".
Yeah, he's going to go running back. Listen, he can fight it as much as he wants, but who's he going to go to? Right? I mean, is he going to go to Joey? Joey doesn't care. Joey's got his running back. Is he going to go to Tom? Tom doesn't care. He's too busy banging Tommy's sister. So it really doesn't matter what Tommy says or what he wants. Listen, you're new. Sit there, shut up. The draft will happen.
Did Tommy draft Ingram above Willie Snead?
No.
No?
Drafted Snead above him.
Do you think Ingram is a possibility of...
I think Tommy sees the writing on the wall and that he's going to be able to keep his 5 guys, and then if he wants, draft Mark Ingram at that position again, if he still sees him as the best available running
That's a
back.
very strong possibility. I didn't think about that. So.
He will not be taking Ingram there.
No. Who's he taking?
I'm not at liberty to say, but it's
not
going to be
hold on.
Mark Ingram.
Who's running this team?
Time out. Tommy is already over there bitching about collusion. He's been in the league for 5 fucking minutes. He's busy worrying about that. Yeah. He's over there saying, hey, Tom, when you're done with my sister, clean yourself up and help me out with my draft strategy here. That's fucking collusion at its best.
I have given Tommy copies of the draft history of the 10 other people in the league. So he knows everyone's draft history for the past 5 years.
So if you had to take a guess, if it's going to be a running back and it's not going to be Mark Ingram, who do you think, Tim?
Mr. Abdullah Oblongata.
I don't think so. I don't think he would pick a Detroit Lion when he's a Packers fan. I think he's going to be in the same boat.
If he wants to have his personal bias, team bias, that's fine.
I'm going to go with Mike Gillislee. That's who I have him penciled in with, so I'm just taking a guess. Next up, we have 6'8", and that is the newly team of Luke.
Luke is keeping what we think right now, 2 running backs, 3 receivers.
Yep.
Ooh. I'm going to give him Doug Martin. Might be a little bit of a risk, but I think most people are under the impression that Doug Martin will be the starting running back come week 3. Luke has 2 running backs right now who are starting, so this will give him a nice insurance policy. I'm sure Joey's kind of helping him out, and Luke seems to know what he's doing.
And you heard it here first. The co-owner of Team Durr, I Play MMA, came out and just told you that Tommy's not going to be taking Doug Martin at his spot. So, yeah, apparently, yeah, sure, give Luke Doug Martin. That makes sense.
Okay, so we'll go Doug Martin there. Next up, we have Justin.
We can go Moncrief. He
Well,
likes those younger receivers, Moncrief.
but Spencer just traded for him, no?
No, Josh Schultz did. Josh Schultz thought he could trade him to the new guys, and both of them told him to pound sand.
I mean, I give Josh credit. He's thinking
trying.
he's thinking outside
Yeah.
the box, but now he's got like a team of like 12 keepers, and he can't keep them all. So they're not Pokemon, Josh.
Kevin pretty much told him he's done trading. So Kevin told him to pound sand. Tommy told him to pound sand. I'm pretty sure Luke did as well.
Well, and that's another thing, too. Listen to that. No information has been provided on how to contact any of the new guys, just proving the collusion in this league.
Tommy's in group me already, dumbass.
So is Luke.
Well, we're not going to send it out to everyone in the
You can make an
the whole-
individual
the whole
chat.
world. I'm just saying. It is what it is.
So
Tim's pouting.
Bunch
Oh.
I don't pout. I'm not going to trade with either of those fucking cunts.
So Justin, I think he does need a wide receiver. Getting Moncrief there makes sense. Edelman there for him makes sense. I think either one of those. But if you want to go with Moncrief, I think that would be a pick right there. Next up, we have Mike at 6'10" here, and 6'11", back to back.
Poor Mike. I really have no idea what he's going to be doing at these spots. I really have no idea.
The best part is neither does Mike. Mike has no idea what he's doing. And exactly to my point, when Mike talks shit to me about my 1 third-place finish and I'm all cocky out. No, I'm not cocky. I've said numerous times, I'm going to have a shitty draft.
Has Mike ever finished third place or higher?
I don't know.
No.
No. I know he's made the playoffs before. I believe he's made the playoffs before.
I don't think he has.
Yeah, he's finished. I know he's
When?
finished 7-6. I believe.
Yeah, he missed the playoffs that year.
He's finished 7-6 a couple times. Maybe he hasn't made the playoffs. He's finished one game above 5. Nevertheless, I'm trying to give the guy credit, and you're just trying to continue to knock him down. So I'll hop around on board. Fuck you, Mike. But he's scared now. He's scared. He's nervous. His wife's hormonal. He doesn't know what's going on. His life's upside down. Mike, it's okay. Trade some of those picks. You got some new guys now. Figure it out.
Mike needs to take Jamal Williams here, or he's not going to be getting him. That's all I am saying.
Is that a threat?
Do you hear what I am saying?
Yeah, all right, so he's got back-to-back picks. So
He needs a receiver, and he might be going tight end too at one of these spots.
You better not take O.J. Howard.
I'm wearing his jersey. You better fucking not. That's my other 7th round pick. But I'm gonna go Crowder.
he needs a running back. You think he's going to go Jamal Williams right there?
Well, if he doesn't, he's not getting him.
He's not. I don't think he's going to pick a backup running back to the running back he's got.
I'm gonna throw Mike a bone. I do respect Mike. He's the only other father in the league.
Josh has 2 dogs. I have a dog. Josh Schultz has a dog.
Well, as far as I know, neither of you had sex with something to create those dogs.
True.
I'm gonna help Mike out here. Jamison Crowder will not be available for draft.
Ooh.
You're going to keep Crowder of all people?
That's all I'm gonna say.
He also hasn't been practicing at all, so just an FYI.
And then we got to put Bilal Powell up earlier.
Maybe Mike takes Powell there.
I did not say that
Yeah.
I'm keeping him. I just said that he will not be available for draft.
I like it, Tim.
Interesting. All right, so who do you guys haven't taken? Anyway, I still don't know.
Tim's full of shit, so I'm gonna go Crowder.
Crowder. And who else? I don't think he takes Jamal Williams there. I'm sorry.
Oh, if he doesn't, he's not getting him.
Okay, well
I
we're gonna
think
say
he
he's
ends
not.
up. I think he ends up with
What about Kareem Hunt
Jamal Williams and Kareem Hunt.
or Mark Ingram?
He's gonna go both.
I think he's gonna go wide receiver, running back though.
I think
tough.
Ingram makes sense, and even somebody as old as Frank Gore does, because he needs a running back. I just feel like he has to fill. He's got to fill his roster.
Well, remember he's already taken one early,
Yeah.
regardless. So he
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily need a 4th running back. I don't see him going after Mark Ingram or Frank Gore.
Let's go Martellus Bennett.
Bennett.
that's a Mike.
It's a total Mike pick. I don't know if he'll do it.
It'll fill his roster out. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I'd much rather have the Greg Olson who's being thrown back, or the what's his name, Delaney Walker that's thrown back. But it wouldn't really shock me if he went Bennett there.
next up, my pick at 6'12".
What do you got? You got
We'll have
3
all-
running backs
we'll
on
have
your
all the
team,
running
3
backs.
receivers. You got tight end quarterbacks. Your whole roster is pretty much like
Yeah,
filled
I'll
out
have
already.
I'll have Tom Brady, and I'll have 3 of the rookie running backs.
It'll probably
I'll
be Joe Mixon, Fournette, Cook.
He has said it in the past, I believe. If he is still there, Joshua will gladly have a Jordan Reed and Greg Olsen combo. And then he will deal one accordingly.
Makes sense.
I wouldn't hate it, but I don't know
No.
if I would do it.
You would do it. You've said it in the past that if he's there,
I have said it, but-
Yep, it's going to happen. If your team is filled at that point,
I think what I'm more worried about, though, is my wide receiver depth, just
Yeah.
in case if something does happen to Keenan Allen. Because
it probably
who
will.
knows? He can catch another 60 yards and 6 catches and blow his fucking knee out again and ruin everything about my hopes and dreams.
Something probably will happen. I'm going to give you Fitz here. He's probably one of the most reliable and safer options. It's not a great keeper option, but you have Larry Fitzgerald as your wide receiver 4. Give you some insurance policy right there for Keenan Allen and Des Bryant. He's been getting banged up as well. But
I haven't thought about Fitz at all.
I
That
like
is
that.
a very, very intriguing pick.
like Josh, Tim, I don't know if you agree with me, but
All right.
taking Fitz at 6'12" is a championship move.
I agree.
It's totally about winning the Starfish. It's not about the future. It's you just saying, I'm trying to make my team as good as possible this year to win the Starfish.
It's a very good point, Tom. I like that. Another name that I've thought about because I've drafted him in another league already so far is Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
That's another possibility. The only thing that it would limit me from choosing Julian Edelman is Brandon Cooks signing there, which Brandon Cooks is on the Patriots, Spencer, not on the Titans. But that would be one. If Moncrief fell, I feel like I would feel completely fine taking Moncrief. As much as I like Jameson Crowder, I don't know if I would take him there, but I feel like I would have to consider it and kind of go from there. Next up, let's talk about Jerry's team. He ends up not keeping Drew Brees, trades him away to me.
Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah, Tom Brady. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the old list that we had with Drew Brees. So now it looks like Drew Brees is most likely going to be kept. And we had Brees going to him last mock draft. Where do we have Jerry going this time?
I think Jerry has to go receiver here. We gave him Breeze last time. That was pretty good value, but I just don't know if the injured Andrew Luck or Matt Ryan really makes sense here for Jerry. That's my eyes.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Who knows? Again, it's Jerry, another wild card. You don't really know what way he's going to go. So obviously he has Gordon, Henry, Benjamin, Pryor, which I love those 4 keepers, and then probably
LeGarrette Blount.
LeGarrette
Yeah.
Blount.
What about a wide receiver there to fill
That's-
that third spot?
If I'm him, I'm taking Pierre Garçon. Again, if you don't take him, Josh, I'd like Pierre Garçon in that spot. Gives him a solid 2, and then an extremely overweight wide receiver who might be successful as well.
I think the options here would be Edelman, Fitz, Pierre Garçon, if I did not take Fitz.
You got to look at Jerry's draft history, though. Last year, his first pick, who did he take? He took Sterling Shepard.
Yeah.
His second pick was another rookie wide receiver. He likes rookie wide receivers.
I
don't think
Mike Williams would have been the guy.
Mike Williams would 100% be the guy. Is there any way he takes a shot on Zay or Cup right here?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think there's enough firepower for it. I think, if anything, he goes Corey Coleman.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
It's a younger guy. Jerry likes the younger guys with upside, especially if, let's say, Coleman has a 70-yard touchdown catch in preseason. That's the type of guy you got to look at for Jerry to pick, a guy who makes one splash play. And that's all it's going to take. But I'm going to go with that upside there.
I think Jerry would think with his head, and you know what? I think he's thinking right now, Terrell Pryor was on Cleveland. Terrell Pryor is not there anymore, and somebody's got to fill that role, and Corey Coleman, it could be that guy. So I'm going to go with Corey Coleman. What do you guys think?
I like that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, so Coleman it is. Fuck you, Breeze. Next up, we have Spencer back-to-back picks, right? Still back-to-back?
Yes, he still has
Okay.
back-to-back picks. How do you guys feel about Spencer's keepers right now? Right now, I'm projecting it to be Jordan Howard, good pick, C.J. Anderson, Brandon Cooks, Golden Tate, and Tyreek Hill.
We got, it's interesting. Spencer and I have talked a little bit about a trade. Nothing serious. But he might be able to improve his running backs a little bit. There's also a chance, I'll throw it out there to everyone in the league. Odell Beckham Jr. is available. There's been some talks with a couple people about Odell Beckham Jr. Normally I always sit here and I make jokes to you guys and just talk about how I'm taking O.J. Howard at 7-Eleven. So I feel like I'll give you guys some actual what's going with the new guys. I feel a little bit, they need to know what's going on. So just so you know, Odell Beckham Jr. is available. He's going to cost you. He's not on the Le'Veon Bell 5-year first-round pick level, but he's close to that. So
as he should be.
Just make sure if you're going to come at me with an offer for him, make sure it's a real one.
Would you take Josh Schultz's 2022 through 2027
No.
6th round? No.
Tim's like, I'll probably be dead by then.
Yeah, I will be dead by then. There's no way.
So what did we say his keepers are? Is he really going to keep? He's not going to keep Stewart, right? Anderson?
No, I think he told me it was C.J. Anderson.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And then the 3 receivers and Howard. But I can't get aboard that C.J. Anderson
To
trade.
be honest, I feel okay with C.J. Anderson just for the fact that it sounds like Booker may be out for an extended period of time. If Booker's out for an extended period of time, then hands down, I'm okay with this trade. But he better be taking a running back. And I think if Amir Abdullah is there, I think Amir Abdullah is his guy. And then I think, what does he do after that? Does he go quarterback? Does he freak out again and all these quarterbacks are getting kept? Does he go Matt Ryan? Or Kirk Cousins?
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck if he's there?
He normally waits on QB, but that one year he went with Matt Ryan in the 6th round, kind of bit him in the ass, and he's kind of been following that train. So I think he's going to keep doing that. I think he's going to go a running back, possibly wide receiver, or Mr. Greg Olsen there.